Hi guys, my name is Miss Uba and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please guys, before we move to the channel to see what people has to say, please like, share and subscribe to my videos.
I voted for Trump and I regret it. Why do I still have access to an education? Why do I still have the right to vote? Why can I go out and become the CEO of a major corporation if I choose to do so? Why can I, as an American woman, still do anything I want, even though Trump is the president? Trump being president is really stressing me out because I was told my rights were going to be taken away from me and the world would stop spinning. So why have both of those things not happened?
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for him. I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this. So we hope that 2026 comes and we can take back the House and the Senate and stop him from what he's doing. There's a special election coming up in Matt Gaetz's district, and we're going to do everything we can to advocate for a Democrat taking that seat.
Do you know who is starting to come across my FYP that is totally pissing me off? It's not MAGA. Well, it is the MAGAs. They're a piece of shit and they're dumb as hell. They piss me off every day. But it is this whole group of the Latinos that went and voted for Donald Trump. I guess you could say they fucked around and found out, and they went and voted for a man that we told them do not vote for. They went and voted for the man that said he is going to do exactly what he is doing, and they want sympathy from us? I don't care. I don't care at all. Fuck you. And I hope you get deported.
I just saw a video of Kamala Harris speaking, and she looks drunk, she looks incoherent, and holy freaking crap, we dodged a bullet. I mean, Donald Trump literally dodged a bullet for democracy. We know what's best for us. Glad we all participated in bringing a true leader back into the White House. God bless America, guys.
A few moments later.
I'm sorry to my community for voting the way I did. Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. Now that it's here with us too, it's like crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted.
I didn't fucking vote for this. Number one, imagine that they give you freshly squeezed lemonade. And then you drink it and you enjoy it. Whatever.
And now, with your brown ego bruised and your crumbled white fantasy, you come crawling back with your watered down lemonade analogy. He is another example that internalized racism is costly. He's only leaving MAGA now because he's just figured out that no matter how hard he betrays his own people, no matter how far he's shoved his tongue up white supremacy's ass, they still rejected him. You pretended like you didn't know racism exists for black people. You pretended racism didn't exist for you or your Latino community either. You truly believed that if you backstabbed your own people hard enough, if you spewed white supremacist talking points hard enough, demonized black and brown people and played the obedient mouthpiece, you'd win their approval. You didn't just ignore racism, you became a willing tool of it. You helped elect a white supremacist into power, fully aware of what he was. You thought proving your loyalty to whiteness would make you immune. Instead, you might just find yourself in alligator Alcatraz.
I just saw a video of Kamala Harris speaking, and holy freaking crap, we dodged a bullet. I mean,
you are the bullet. Your sick, pathetic obsession with earning white approval from people who openly despise your existence helped push this entire country toward collapse. You didn't just put yourself in danger, you dragged your entire community down with you. You sold out your own community, leaving women, children, and hardworking people to be hunted, brutalized, and criminalized by the very people you beg for acceptance from. You willingly volunteered to be a weapon against your own people. You are the bullet. Selfish Latinos like this will sacrifice everything for white approval and will only change their mind when they don't get that approval. They are not to be trusted, because the second a Latino like this is offered a tiny scrap of white acceptance, he will backstab his own community again. He will degrade his own self again for those tiny scraps of white acceptance. There are too many in the Latino community who are still so indoctrinated to still assimilate to whiteness, and he is one of them. A lot of us who vote Democrat, it's not because we are loyal to the party. It's because there are only two viable options, and one is clearly better not only for our community, but all marginalized communities and poor people, including poor white people. But that's probably too deep of a conversation for someone who just discovered racism is real last week.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and they mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.
Did y'all hear about the Latino Trump supporters that are devastated about him doing exactly what he said he was going to do?
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. Next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. When I work as Latinos and I go to work, and that's crazy because we have a living too. I hate that I voted for him. Now I'm so scared for my family. We need to come together and do something about this.
You know what you all want me to do? You want me to make fun of her, to say I told you so, to say FAFO, but I feel for her. I have empathy sometimes too, you know? And so I'm going to play this tiny violin for her. Look, y'all, there isn't a lot that I can say that they haven't told her already. Let me just say that he is keeping the promises that he said he was going to. At no point was the man not clear about his intentions. I do feel for her family. But I want to focus on the last statement she made, where she says that it's time to come together and do something. I don't think it's too late. Too late to try and find out ways to support. Too late for her to go to people that voted in the same way that she did, that thought in the same way that she did, about her realization, and have them to try and come and support the most vulnerable group. That may not fix things, but more support is always needed. Those are my thoughts, though, familia. I want to know, what do you all think about this?
So now I'm seeing all these videos of Mexican Americans crying about how they regret voting for Trump. And honestly, I can't feel bad for you, because when we told you this would happen, you didn't listen. When it was just theoretical, it was easy to ignore. But now that your undocumented family is at risk, now that your kids are being targeted, or the kids in your circles, now that they're coming for you, now it's a problem. Listen, I get it. I have family who voted for him too, and I won't lie, it makes it very hard to process. It sometimes even makes it hard to talk to them, because how am I supposed to be okay with that? I have undocumented family. I have a trans sibling. Trump's policies directly hurt people I love. So when I see our own people supporting him, it feels like a slap in the face. And I keep asking myself, why? How did this happen? This man called Mexicans rapists. He bragged about deporting families. He made racial profiling and hate cool again. And still, some of you voted for him. And now, reality is hitting. Oklahoma just passed a law requiring parents to prove citizenship to enroll their kids in school. Texas is next. Who do you think they're coming for? Not white, undocumented Europeans, Latinos. And now some of you are shocked? What did you think was gonna happen? That they'd make an exception for you? That you're somehow a good immigrant? That Trump actually cared about Latinos? Be serious. I know some of you are gonna defend your stance with like, well, my family voted for him because they don't like socialism. They care about small businesses. They're conservative, they're religious. Okay, but at what cost? At the cost of our people being deported? At the cost of our kids being denied education? At the cost of our community being unsafe? And so now you're feeling the consequences and you want us to feel sorry for you. No. I'm saving my sympathy for the people who didn't vote against their own families. It's exhausting. We tried to tell you, but if you voted for Trump and regret it, sit with that, reflect on it, because the rest of us, we saw this coming. Please don't share any hate, not even towards Latinos who voted for Trump. This is just my personal view and my frustration about this entire situation.
How it was going to begin, and then we told you how it was going to end. Look at this shit.
Very happy and excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration, but I know that it is coming. And so I admit I regret my vote for Donald Trump. I regret it because I needed these changes sooner. I needed the prices to go down sooner so that I didn't drain out my big...
See, some of y'all are still in the fuck around and find out stage. See, most of y'all thought that when he was elected, he was going to change everything for you. Didn't realize that his first 100 days, he didn't give two shits about you. Every executive order was for something else besides what you thought it was going to be for. He's a businessman, so I'm not even sure why you guys are even surprised. These type of people don't go through everyday American shit. You thought he was going to feel your pain or he was going to help you out with what you was going through? Good old Daddy Donnie got your ass again. Hey, as I always say, this is who y'all voted for. See, we told you how it was going to begin, and then we told you how it was going to end. Look at this shit.
PSA. MAGA supporters who are now regretting their vote. We don't care. What you need to do with that energy is you all form an alliance, right? And then you guys go and fight for what you know is right. But don't expect any flowers or a particular take parade because you guys have now come to your senses, right? Because your marbles was all thrown over the floor for the past, let's just say years. So if you are now a MAGA supporter and you know you made the wrong decision, baby, don't cry to us. Don't expect us to take you in with love. Don't expect us to just forget the fact that you voted against us, right? Because you need to now do some self-reflection and ask yourself why you voted against yourself, okay? That's it.